You're listening to All in Our Heads with Joe Fernandes and Mike Gaffney. Please enjoy the show.
Here we go. We are live. Say what?
What?
I know.
5. What?
Welcome, everybody. All in Our Heads podcast. Hump Day with your boys. Join the chat. Give us a lot of thumbs ups, ha-has, and wows, and all that shit. I got to come up with graphics to keep reminding people to do the thumbs ups. Because if you just keep tapping it and sending hearts and shit, it gets us in the feed more.
It does, right?
It does. Ha-ha. People are like, wow. Like Facebook's like, yo, this is kind of funny, even though it's not. But
exactly.
As long as you tell them it is,
yeah,
it's all that matters.
Be like a comic who laughs after his own joke. It's like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
And then everybody knows that's what a punchline was.
We're here with me, Joe Fernandes, Mikey Nature, Mikey Cigar Nature. That's what he does now, all outside. We're going to just keep adding to your nickname. First you were Mikey Cigars, now you're Mikey Natures.
Mikey Nature Cigars.
I got my iced coffee and my Yankee World Series mug. Nice.
That's a beautiful mug.
It's making me miss baseball, baby.
Fucking so sad.
So, like, I put on the Yes Network on from, like, yesterday watching Michael K.
Did you hear me get the 2 shout-outs yesterday?
The what?
Got 2 shout-outs yesterday.
Oh, no. I pop in here and there. I haven't listened to a full show in a long time. And then, like, this morning when I turned on my TV, they had some, like, old game on. And, like, for a minute, it just, like, it broke my heart. I couldn't watch it. Even though I'm like, you know what? You probably don't remember this game. You can probably watch this game.
And get some enjoyment out of it?
Because you don't remember every game and what happened.
What was it, from last year or 2 years ago?
It was from last year, but I just shut it off. It was breaking my heart. I think I had that song coming in my head. Don't go breaking my heart. Don't go breaking my heart. And I just hit
was
power.
Judge in the lineup? Was anybody in the lineup?
I honestly didn't wait that long.
Really?
I just saw a pan of the whole stadium.
Right.
It was like coming in from a shot. And it could have been another year, but it looked like, recent.
Could have been this year. They could have started and you didn't even know.
Could you imagine that? I'm so quarantine whacked out because I don't watch news anymore. Or, like, I just, like, be like, Joe, the season's been on for like 2 weeks. I'd be like, what?
That game was from this year? Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's no way. The first bad thing to happen in a game, I would get a text from either you or KP. Did you see that bullshit call? What bullshit call? When? You
used to do that because I was listening. If you listen to it on the app, if I'm watching the game or listening to it on the app, if I'm at, like, you're with, the app is like, almost like, for lack of a better time frame, 3 or 4 pitches behind.
Yeah.
So there could be a completely different batter up while I'm still on the other guy striking out still on the app. And I'm watching it on the app in my car or in a club or something, and you were like, fucking all rise, baby. And I'm like, what are you all rise? And then fucking 4 pitches later, he's cranking a home run.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it. It was a spoiler alert in the old year last year.
Happens all the time because that happens a lot. Because my father-in-law, he loves to pause and rewind. Like, did you see that commercial? Oh, wait, let me see that play. Like, even if you're watching football or let me see that again. So, you're in the house, you're doing shit, and then I'm sitting there, I get a notification on my phone.
Right.
Aaron Judge, 3-run homer. You're like, they're not even up at bat yet. What happened?
Yes, I can't take it.
Yeah, so the app, like, it sometimes it'll lag, and if you don't hit, like, sometimes you won't be live. Like, it got stuck. So if you don't hit, like, the button on the app live, it won't catch up to live. So sometimes I'll be in and behind and not realize I'm not live right now.
Yeah.
But I wish I had those problems. I wish I had the problems of fucking, man, I miss a lot of things.
What?
I miss a lot of things, man.
I hear you, dude. I've been feeling funky all week. I feel like this is like my worst funk week of quarantine.
It's because everyone is getting there. Everyone's going to deal with it differently. You may get sad, or I might get sadder and like fucking antsy or whatever, and some people get angry and like don't want to believe it's real anymore just so they can get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, man. I get it. And I was talking to my therapist on Sundays. Like, we're all, everyone on this planet, well, everyone in this country is dealing with the same thing. When are we going to go back to normal life? Can we get back to just some way normal life?
No. What is normal life? That's the thing. You're like, you know what it is? Going to stores.
Yeah, exactly.
Going to restaurants.
Right.
What else did we do? All right, put it this way. Shows will be the last thing. So without shows, what do? We go out to eat.
Yep.
Hello.
Right.
I was skeeved out by half the people in there before coronavirus. Are you going to sit me next to that guy with the fucking flaky hand? I don't know. What if that blows from the air conditioner onto my burger?
And flip-flops on in the restaurant. Can we get away from the flip-flop guy in the restaurant?
At least have decent feet. I mean, you should have...
Yeah, I'm good. You're a dude. You're at night. You're out in the afternoon with your family. Put your shoes on. We're in a restaurant. That's just it, man. It's just it. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear, relax. No, you relax. Fucking cover them up.
Yep.
Cover up your feet, dude. That's it. You know who can walk around flip-flops? If you're 12 and under. Knock yourself out.
Yeah. Yeah, like Julie just said, I put it up on the board. I have days I don't miss anyone, and then days I miss people I didn't even like before COVID. I know, right? Like, I miss hating people in person. Like, I can't stand you. Gave me some sort of thrill.
We're all gonna be very hippie when we get back.
Like very hippie,
right? Like, oh my god!
I don't know. You think
I
that? You think
so.
it'd be hippie, or you think it'd be like, hey, I think you need to stay away from me?
No, I mean, maybe you in this quarantine time have like weeded out people. Like, yeah, I'm definitely not going around that fucking guy. I'm not wasting my free non-quarantine time around that mook.
Yeah.
I get that, but I mean, I think you're just going to see people like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. And then, it'll last. It's like when someone dies, right? Everyone at the funeral is like, we got to get together. Man.
Yeah, we're not getting together. Yeah.
We're not getting together. But it sounds good. And we all have this like new fucking outlook on life. Tomorrow I'm writing my screenplay. And then it's just back to normal. Yeah. Come on.
Like, I used to hate you, personally, but now I hate you molecularly. So can you stay away with your disease? Okay. Like, there's no way if I'm gonna get it is from somebody I hate. Like, if I'm gonna get it hugging someone I love, haven't seen in a while, it's like, shit, Joe's in the hospital. Wow, his niece gave it to him. It's like he just had the hugger. It's been months.
Right. Absolutely.
But it's like, I don't want some fucking dumb hacky comedian seeing me outside with his clammy hands, being like, "Good set. Here's some Corona." Fuck you.
See, you might just have more concerns because of your wife, and maybe you are. Who
I don't want to get sick either.
I know you are who you are.
I heard even if you get it, it's not like no,
it's not a walk in the park.
It's not a walk in the park.
No, nobody wants it. I hear you, but you more so than a lot of other people, normal people, are kind of crazy when it comes to certain things. Anyhow, so if there's even a chance that coronavirus can get near you, you're going to get it mentally already. That's just who you are.
Right. I mean, I'm halfway that way because I don't get a lot of colds because, I eat food off the floor. I eat old food.
No, your immune system's
I train my immune system properly. I take vitamin D pills.
Listen, man, you smoke crack, you sniff coke off of urinals and bars. You know what I'm saying?
That was years ago. That was years ago. Anybody watching currently don't think I'm smoking crack and doing coke off urinals.
If anybody just joined in now or stumbling across Joe Fernandes and Mike Gaffney for the first time,
you never know, dude. People are home. People have finished series.
Listen to me, and then they hear me say smoke crack and sniff coke, and they immediately go, "These guys are no good." Boom! I'm closing them. I'm even not liking this guy anymore because apparently they smoke crack and sniff coke. Like, no investigation on the story, no listening to the rest of it. Just hear crack and coke. I'm out.
Yeah.
So, I'm saying, I don't know. I don't believe I can't get this thing. Not at all. I just am less concerned about, like, if it starts to open up. Yeah, I'm going to be concerned, but I think I'm going to do what I'm doing right now. I wash my hands all the time. I have Purell in my pocket all the time. Purell in my pocket all the time. You know what I mean? And I think if you're just a little more conscious of that, we can control it as humans. Problem is, most humans out there, even when they're being directed to, hey man, let's just try this for a while, don't even want to do it.
That's like what somebody said. It's like say I go out to do anything. Like I had to go out to get new propane tanks for my grill because I've been grilling every day for 2 months. So now I need 3 propane tanks.
Right.
And so I was really conscious. You know what I mean? I go there. I had my mask on, got my gloves on. I used the card. I wiped down my card. The guy was even in. It was like everything was good for that 20-minute experience.
Interact. Right.
But it's like, can you sustain that hanging out for 5 hours, not touching your face, keeping like? I feel like when you first start, like say like you first you first arrive at the comedy club, you're like, hey, cool. Hey, air fists. Let's do. I'm gonna wash. Oh, I touched this mic. I'm gonna wash.
Right.
As the hours go by, you're gonna be like, I just shook hands and rubbing on your head.
All right, but I also think like we'll adjust. We're going to adjust, and that's going to become part of who we are if you do it enough.
I hope.
Because when I'm 50 years old, I've never once had the government and every other commercial telling me to wash my hands. I wash my hands, but like you thought I not for nothing. If any of you people that are following me on or in the chat room or my friends on Facebook or anywhere in life, if you prior to the coronavirus washed your hands for 20 seconds every 3 or 4 hours, just delete me because you're not even a normal person to me. Who was doing that? Who the fuck was washing their hands all the time? Yeah. Okay? Now we're more conscious of it. Every commercial is wash your hands for 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So now when I'm out in my route, I stop. I have like a pattern. I usually stop. I usually go to the bathroom 4 times in my day, right?
Yeah.
All 4 times I spend in the bathrooms washing my hands, really soaping up. Look at 30, 40 seconds, drying myself, not touching anything on the way out. That's fucking 3 more times than I ever would have washed my hands driving around during the day. You know what I mean? Now, every time I went to pee, I always washed my hands. But that was just a quick soap, water, boom, bang it out. Let's get out of here. But now I spend time. That's just because now I'm doing it. So I'm hoping that if I want to stay healthy, I won't get up on somebody's shit. I'm not going to be in your grill. So I can't get your spittle on me. And I'm going to wash my hands as many times as I think about it. And what else the fuck can we do?
No, yeah, I mean, I'm going to get out. I got to start getting out there probably sometime in the summer.
Right.
I'm thinking about taking a road trip to see my grandma in Florida.
Okay.
She turns 90 this year. We were planning on having a big 90th birthday party for her.
Right.
And, that...
You were going to have her come home here?
She was coming up here.
Okay.
She comes up every summer for like a month or 2, stays with my cousins down the shore.
Okay.
My cousins, I have like this... They usually have a big blowout party every year. Like this huge pool party. It's quite possibly one of the best parties of the year to go to.
Right.
Like, and I guess we were gonna. And my niece was graduating. Actually, she turns 90 on the day my niece was supposed to graduate.
8th grade?
No, my niece was graduating high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're doing some. They have no creativity. It's like they should. One thing I don't understand. First off, they're doing some online thing where they want her to get up at like 11 in the morning and like her picture will come up on the screen. Yeah, she's like, I'm not waking up for that shit.
My niece is doing. I mean, I don't know if they're doing the same thing, but my niece, she's graduating. They want to do like all these like a walk in front of your house and like all this stuff and they're gonna broadcast that.
Something. Here's my thing: if you're opening beaches, man, beaches and boardwalks, you tell me you can't take if a school has 300 kids. Say, listen, just your mom and dad are coming. The local TV station is going to put it on. You guys are going to be 6 feet apart, and you're going to go up onto the stage, grab your thing, and we're going to have a thing.
Right. I'm surprised they don't have you on the board, Joe.
But I'm just saying.
All your insight. Grab a thing. We're going to have a thing. Let's do the thing. Get your thing going. That's all I got. Joe Fernandes, Englewood.
I'm just saying, I don't understand. They're opening beaches with God knows how many people coming, especially since New York's not opening their beaches. I mean, Jersey Shore used to be overrun by New York Guidos before Corona.
Right.
I mean, I don't understand how these schools don't. They're like, apparently they don't want to take the risk of the kids not listening when they're there.
Right.
It's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
It's that you might not be able to control. You know, my uncle and his aunt, his wife came and they're outside hanging out of the school. They're waiting for us to come out. Like, you don't know. You can't control all
I just
of it.
think they're lazy and they don't want to put the work in. You can't. It can be done.
There's the Fort Lee High School. It's at Fort Lee High School. It was pretty cool. I drove past it, and on their lawn in front of the school is all the graduating classes, huge pictures stuck in the lawn, like these huge, all their graduation pictures, but like huge posters of all the graduation kids. Which I thought was pretty cool in front of your school. How they're going to do their graduation, I don't know, but it is tough. It sucks, man.
It sucks, but I'm just disappointed in the schools for not. Listen, man, I graduated on my high school football field. I know they stopped doing that years ago because of weather problems. You know, so they did all these arenas. But it's like, you can do it. There's going to be...
My son graduated in a football
If you're
field.
telling me that stores can be open and other things can be open and the beach, and just the beach alone, I think like Disney World's freaking opening.
Mm-hmm.
Disney World can open and my niece can have like her grad. I don't know, man. So it's just annoying. It's so my heart breaks for her, and it's just like I think the school's just pussing out and being lazy. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, all the schools then are doing that.
What?
I mean,
some schools are doing drive-bys where at least the kids can be in their car and they have a drive up to the school. There's going to be somebody at a podium.
Right.
This, like, really get up in your house and watch it on TV?
They originally said for my niece's school, all the kids were going to be at the school, no family, everyone can watch it on television, and they were going to receive their diplomas in front of at least at their school.
That would be cool.
They're not doing that anymore.
It's bullshit. I think it's laziness, man. I really do.
I really do
because like I told you, like they opened up the county parks. They opened up the county parks, and though people aren't wearing masks, they are very considerate. If you're walking near, people kind of separate.
Right.
Like people aren't being dicks out there. People, you know what I mean? Like I'm out there. People aren't being, and I think this is a one-day event. This is a one day event.
100%. But I also think I think there's a lawyer.
Oh, of course, it's definitely a lawyer thing. There's one kid with a peanut allergy that can't get COVID. That's
you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean though. I mean, or like you got kids. Maybe some kids got like an underlying issue. He can't come. He's got asthma. They don't want to bring him around. I'm just saying. There's probably a lot of legal people going. It's not worth it.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Although, as a parent of your kid, you got to think. I didn't graduate. Like with that, like I didn't do any of that. I had a hat, I didn't do it. I didn't go.
Hat.
I got a diploma and I had a hat. All right, I didn't go to the thing. My daughter, she graduated at school. It was beautiful. She sang the national anthem to open up the graduation. You know what I mean? Like, so I was thinking about that the other day. Like, man, I can't imagine if she didn't get a chance to do that.
It's hard.
So it is. It's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking.
I don't know. Or I just think they could have done a better job. I'm hoping that they change their mind, do a better job than her waking up in her house, going in front of her laptop and seeing her picture, like just a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys could do better. All right. There's got to be a way you could do better for these kids.
Like a pie chart of her class, her grades.
Who wants that? Just don't do it at all. Just send it in the mail.
Right.
Or like...
No, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, it was nice. It was cute what they did on... was it Sunday? When they had that thing on Channel 7. Did you watch it?
No.
They had like 20 graduation class of 2020. They had like an hour special with singers and everybody for all the... in there. So they had like kids from all over the country like saying, hey, from Middleton School, like that kind of shit. It was nice. It was cute. I felt happy for kids like that. I was like, oh. And a lot of people were saying, I know this sucks, but just think about this in 10 years from now. You're going to be the only class that ever fucking did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only class ever that graduated like this. You guys will have a bond for the rest of your life. 40 years from now, you'll be like, class of 2020? Me too. I mean, it's a bond. If I go to somewhere right now, class of 87, you're like, I guess, I don't know. I'll look at my diploma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's really sad because, I mean, I told you, and I'll tell people, I mean, I don't know, like that, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I saw, day before yesterday, this church, this Spanish church up in West New York, Hudson County. They were giving food away. So they had plastic bags, shopping bags full of food, and the parking lot was full. You couldn't see the black of the parking lot for just all these bags laying out. And when I first drove past, there was like a line of, say, maybe 75 people wrapping around the block.
Yeah.
And I left, and I came back an hour later, same neighborhood, and now the thing went. Now remember, it's like a grid, like Hudson County streets are a grid. The church was in the middle of the block. It went from the church down to the end of the block, up that block, make a right, go back all the way up that block, then cross the street, and then go all the way down that block. That's how big the line snaked 2 city blocks for the free food.
Yeah.
And I started crying for 2 reasons. One, I'm fucking grateful that I'm not standing in that line.
Right.
And I felt bad for them. My heart broke that is the only way they're going to eat, is to get that food in the bag. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way they're eating. And there's a lot of people in the country who that's the only way they're going to eat. And it broke my heart.
That's sad, man. Yeah, that's what I try to, like, even when I get in the dumps, just have gratitude that,
right,
I got money put away and money coming in, and I mean, it could be so much worse. I mean, when I...
Right.
Let's see. Angela Booley said...
Angela.
Let me see if I can add this to the cast. That's a big one. We had a drive-by today for kids to receive their caps and gowns, pizza, cookies, pictures through the car. It was just a thing to see how it went. It actually really sweet. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. I think they're doing something like that for my niece's school too. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to drive by, and you stand in front of your house. I think they're doing that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like all the graduates stand in front of the house. Like there was a girl down a block who graduated, and she stood in front of her house. She had all the balloons and her mom and dad, and then people came by and were beeping at her, giving her balloons and saying hi and taking a picture. It was sweet. I mean, you're doing the best you can do, right?
Right.
I know, Lee. I can't. I mean, I don't know, man. Is it going to even reopen? She's Dress Factory, Bridgeport.
Yeah, I put that on the screen.
Is it even going to reopen?
Hey, Mike, put your brightness up a little bit since you're outside. You got to chase the sun. That's ad. Mikey Natures.
Brightness. Is it? Which one is it in? Webcam?
Yeah, or exposure. Don't do brightness. Do exposure inside webcam control. There you go. Mikey Natures has now got sunshine.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to go a little earlier. I got a light.
Yeah, huh? She said fingers crossed July.
That's good. I got a gig still in July that hasn't canceled.
I had one the last weekend of June I was holding out for that just got canceled today.
Oh, yeah?
Only because they just have not heard anything from the state of Pennsylvania, and he's apologized. He's like, I just really got to wait. I'm like, hey, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm not mad at anybody that cancels anything on me now. It's like, you got to do what you got to do, man. It
is what it is. Everyone's suffering at every different level. We all know that there's a sacrifice being made by a lot of us.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this guy I was looking forward to is my first time at this little theater.
Right.
It's called Church of Satire in Hanover, PA. It's
okay.
Like I don't know, 50, 60 seat theater.
Nice.
Cool backdrop, just a cool looking club.
Right.
And I was looking forward to doing it, but I think once we open up, people are going to go support these places.
Yes.
I really do. I think if you feel safe enough, you'll go. If you don't, you won't. But I think there'll be enough people that feel safe enough that
I
will
think
want
that's-
live comedy.
I think that's what some of the states and governors and government is doing is letting you see if there's some protocols where everything's meeting, everything's checking a box, and then you set up. Listen, guys, we're going to open slowly. If you feel comfortable going out, you can start going out. We don't want to spike and then overwhelm the hospitals. That was the whole reason for this shutdown, was so the hospitals didn't get overwhelmed. Now the hospitals are starting to clear out. They're starting to save spaces in case there is a spike. There's beds available. There's ventilators available. They're trying to prep so they don't get slammed like they did in March and April and May.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That's all it is. It's nothing personal. No one's doing it to fuck you out of your life. It's like just so we can prepare for this, and hopefully they get it right. Hopefully they get it right so when they open back up and if there is any spikes, they can handle it. Nobody wants to get sick. I don't want to get sick.
No, nobody wants to get sick.
But if I do get sick, I want to be able to go get taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't want to be.
I think we'll get there.
But I don't want to be that, like, well, if you're, like, how at the beginning of this whole thing, if you could stay home, just relax at home. It's like, I have a deadly virus that kills some people and doesn't kill others. You think maybe I could just come by you for a minute, please? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to stay home and try to figure it out. Let me come to you.
Yeah.
And you tell me if I got the dead one or the
Ain't that
live.
crazy though? That people came to a hospital sick, be like, "You got it, but you got to go home and take care of it." It's like,
yeah, well, because there is nothing they can do. I get
especially
it.
like if you were like, at least live with a nurse that has. I mean, we're prepared with all types of things you need.
Right.
She's ready to rock. When I was single Joe, doctor sending me home, be like, "I don't have nothing, man. I don't have anything."
You have to go to your mom's house.
Yeah, but I can't go give it to mom.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. I get that there's nothing they can do for you anyhow, and there's levels. I'm just saying, can you tell me what level I'm at? Am I at the this shit's going to blow up and I'm going to die level? Or am I at the you're going to be fine in 2 weeks, you'll be fine level?
Yeah, I need like a chart of like pain.
Give me the chart.
You know what I mean? The COVID chart. The COVID chart of joy.
I don't know if they'll call it that.
Yeah, I've been trying to make it happier when you're there. Be like, do you feel joy or death? Point.
Well, I have COVID, so I feel like I'm going to die.
Yeah, I feel like death up here.
Yeah.
But I want you to tell me
that
I'm
down
joyous.
here.
I should be joyous for whatever numbers are on your little computer thing after you shot that thing at my forehead and put the shit in my nose. Where am I on the joy to dying?
Because I can tell you all the time I'm at the death.
Yeah.
I need someone in the outside world to tell me I should be joyous.
Yeah, you shoved that swab so far out my nose, I feel like we should be engaged. Okay.
I'm going to go get an antibodies test because I know I was sick a lot.
Go for it. You can.
I felt sicknesses and weird feelings that I never felt before, like a couple of times, man.
Leanne says, COVID chart out. House slippers or ventilator? That's hilarious.
Hey, get the fuck out of here. I just had 2 squirrels chase each other right by me, like down the tree right by me. Nature Mike doesn't really like nature that much.
Yeah, Mikey Natures don't like
Mikey
animals
Nature's
in
not
nature.
a big fan of nature.
No. We're going to change his name to
Mikey not so
Mikey
nature.
Park Setting.
Yeah, you go.
Mikey Back Porch.
Controlled nature setting.
Mikey Controlled Nature Setting. We got to get a... It's a little long. We're going to tighten that nickname up, but it's kind of hard to yell if you need him down the road. Mikey Controlled Nature Park Setting. Get over it. Whoa. It's not that smooth.
I didn't get it out.
We're talking a lot about Corona and COVID, which is good because I remember like when this all started, I'm like, we're doing the podcast, like, I don't want to talk about Corona. I don't want to talk about Corona. And then you start, there's no life outside of Corona.
Right.
And you're like, let's not talk about Corona. Let's talk about other things. And you're
Let's
like, there's
talk about
nothing else to talk about. It's got to at least always be some part of it.
All right, yeah. I think, or you're ignoring the elephant in the room. Unless you talk about a topic like, hey, you want to talk about knitting? We could talk about knitting.
Yeah, I can only do knitting for probably 30 seconds. I have on knitting.
I'm already out.
I know
I'm
my
already
mom
done.
does it, and then I'm done.
I already exhausted all my knowledge by saying you want to talk about it.
Yeah, Grandma made me an Afghan one time. I still got, and Mom makes hats.
You don't
now.
hear the word Afghan enough anymore.
No, and they're
Do you?
great. I don't know. I don't hang around with
I
grandmas no more. But
I'm just well, that's true. But I'm talking about you never go to someone's house, go grab that Afghan. You never hear it. Afghan. You don't hear that word anymore.
no, yeah.
I bet you there's a kid right now that's listening, going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
is
he
it?
probably
He's
thinks I'm
fucking
being racist against Muslims.
He's fucking against Muslims.
I
these
threw
days.
out my Afghan. Oh, easy.
Oh,
Whoa. What are you, a Trumpster? They're people too, these
they're
Afghans,
people.
okay?
These Afghans are people too.
You can't throw away all Afghans. I know that. Now, my grandma made
my
one. Your
Afghan had big
grandma had
holes.
an interracial relationship?
My Afghan had holes in it. You had a holy. Oh, that's. Your Afghan had holes in it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
I was
they're
trying-
doing outside comedy now. They have drive-in comedy shows. I saw like the first one was done down like in AC this week.
So the cars are there, and you're on stage, and they're just.
They had a comic in the back of a U-Haul truck. Cars pull in, and to know they're laughing and like the joke, they honk horns.
Oh my lord! No! Stop, guys! Stop! 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 You're not going to reinvent the wheel. We are not going to move to drive-in fucking comedy shows after this is all over. If you're fucking trying to create something that's going to sustain even when this is done. You think drive-in comedy shows where we're heading? Ha 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 ha! Over your punchlines and over your setups?
Now, could you imagine a neighborhood like living in that neighborhood? Like what's going on out there? Some comics killing apparently. And like what's like if you're bombing, you'd be like, dude, I thought I was killing. Then this cutlass just started and pulled out.
You fucking high beam, do you right? My set.
Yeah, it'd be so annoying when someone's like late for a show. If they have, it's like it's not bad enough you were late to my show, but you can't get that fucking tailpipe fixed. Popping in here, backfiring.
He's trying to pull in the front.
I was riding harder
You're
than my
late.
act.
You sit back. You late. You're in the back.
Be complaining to the club owner. Can you not let any cars in if I'm on stage? You know, once the show starts, no more cars.
No more cars. I mean, that just makes sense.
That's what I thought a funny bit would be, you know, like, because comics always have excuses for why a show didn't go well. Or,
Right.
Because a big comic excuse is, dude, this place had high ceilings, so you couldn't really hear the laughs. So, if you're going to perform for outdoor shows, you can't be like, it was the sky, it's high. Doesn't really bounce the laughs back.
So that one's out.
That one's out.
Because everyone's experiencing
that's
that.
out.
Yeah.
I thought a funny one would be like the one I thought of was, dude, because everyone always talks about the check spot, check spot in the club. Dude, I'm at the end of my act, 15 minutes to go. I'm really starting to cook, and they drop checks. Now it's going to be like, dude, I'm at the end of my act, 15 minutes to go. This airplane flies over.
Yeah.
Totally drowns out my setup. I didn't get one horn honk. Not one horn honk.
Or I got 15 minutes to go. What do they start to do? They start to fill up gas. They start doing gas fill-ups in the middle of my fucking closing bit.
Yeah.
They're filling gas. They're topping off tanks. Unfucking real.
Yeah.
Get the gas in the beginning of the show. You don't get gas at the end of the show.
Motherfucker sat on his keychain and his car alarm's going off.
This guy gets out in the middle of my set and starts waxing his fucking car.
Yeah.
In the middle of my set, he's in the front row. He starts waxing his fucking car.
Yeah. I don't think this club likes me. It's booking me for January 15th. It might be cold out now.
Where? In the Poconos. Yeah, it's going to be a little chilly.
Yeah. Yeah, East Coast drive-in comedy clubs are for reason most of the year.
Exactly. That's why East Coast drive-ins failed, and there's only three left, and they're in upstate New York, and they open from June, they close in August. I wanted to open up a drive-in, not a fucking drive-in comedy club. It's dumb. I always wanted to open up a drive-in like movie theater.
Yeah.
But there, like everybody says, is hold on one second. Give myself a little sunlight.
Mikey Cinematographies.
I saw myself. I'm like, I'm a little dark.
Get a little dark over here. Get that cigar. Now we're talking. I'm ready for my close-up. Oh.
No, I always wanted to open up one. I had this idea of like, because the property is expensive, and if you can only run it 3 months out of the year, that's not a fucking easy thing to pay for.
The real estate's too good. You could just sell it to houses. Right.
So what I was thinking is combination, huge drive-in, and then a building that's also like a sports like center, like fucking indoor,
like
go
a funplex or some shit.
Like a funplex that's also a drive-in theater. This way, the property is always making money all year long.
Yeah, no, apparently a lot of people are doing drive-in movies. I get because it's a passive experience. You watch a movie.
You don't need to interact with everybody.
Comedy's just it's the people. It's the room that night. This group of people this night doing something.
Didn't they do a drive-in Broadway show? I thought they were doing.
I can even see that because they do plays in the park even before COVID. You know what I mean? They do Shakespeare in the park. It makes sense. Right. It's a theater. You don't need the crowd to interact.
Right.
You just need viewers.
Right.
Comedy, you need to see the people smiling.
And I want to hear laughter. I don't want to hear horns, man. I'm sorry. Why are they forcing it, man? It's just, what it is, man? It's like, I don't know who did the show. You know who did the show? I don't want to shit on it. Do you know who did it?
I know who did it, but I don't want to like.
All right,
I don't want
to shit on it.
Put it this way, I don't think he shouldn't have done it, and I applaud him for trying. You know what I mean, and giving something. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do right now.
No, I'm not either. But guys who were doing this or trying. So were you making a living doing comedy, and that you had no choice but to fucking come up with this? A lot of people doing Zoom shows. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I don't know what their day jobs were. A lot of people who were doing Zoom shows, they might not have, their day jobs might be shut down and they had no choice but to try to put some scratch together doing Zoom shows. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what are you holding on to? Were you getting up so much and making a killing doing comedy, and now you're hurting cash wise, so you got to do these Zooms? I just don't understand why we're forcing that.
I think it's ego and wanting to be out there doing it, or just I don't know. I'm just guessing. There are was it Wise Guys in Salt Lake City was doing shows, and the comic who did a weekend there said it was half capacity. Every comic had their own mic,
right?
And that he thought he would be rusty, but he wasn't. He goes, I was rusty when I tried doing a Zoom show. Because it's not what I do, but he's like, but I got on stage. It was actually fun. And it was like the crowds were so appreciative of being out that even if you threw out like a new idea and were floundering with it, it was like they knew what was going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I can wait. That's what I say. Like I'm waiting.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying not to do it. I don't understand what what this desperate fucking means to try and figure out a way to do this thing we do. Because this thing we do has been done a certain way, and it's why it's been for 50 years this way. You stand in front of a crowd and you pontificate. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
It's a unique art form that requires this special circumstance
it's an interaction.
To work.
It's an exchange. I say stuff, you go respond. It's not me up there just rambling to a camera. That's not the same thing. That's not.
Yeah. I mean, think
Just
about how delicate the shows are before this. If not set up properly, could yield a poor night.
Right.
Like,
right.
you know, showing up at these halls where everyone's 100 yards behind a dance floor. You can't even see them. You're not connected.
No light,
dark, shitty sound. Like, and it barely worked that night.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's like a delicate art form that needs to be done properly in a specific way. And it's not. I don't believe it can be done that way. I mean, if you tell me outside in the park, people aren't in their car, they're just separated by chairs.
That's different.
I could do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see their faces, man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know. Like, I want to hear. You want to hear, like you said, you want to hear that laughter.
Right.
Horn honking. I don't know. I mean, would it like is it like a quick horn honk, a laugh, and a boo, like a long one, like?
I don't know. I don't want to hear any of it.
I know.
I would just be like, hey guys, I know all the other guys were really into your horns. I'm not. So here's the deal. Don't fucking horn with me. Turn your lights off. If you like me, put your lights on and off. That's how I'll know. That'll be laughs to me. On, off with the lights. No horns. I don't want to hear shit from anybody. I don't want to honk. It's not going to do it for me. It's just going to aggravate me.
Right. I mean, and like I said, if you're a comic that wants to do it, I don't care.
You know, yeah.
I don't care. I don't think I'll do it. I mean, I'm almost guaranteed I won't do it.
I'm just saying, why are we?
It would have to be one of my boys
forcing that. Why are we forcing it?
It would have to be like Dino or James saying, "Hey, I'm trying this. Would you do this for me?" I would do that for those. You know what I mean? Like one of my regular guys that book me. I'm not going to send I'm not going to try to send the Veils to a booker. Be like, "Can I come work your field?" No, I'll consider myself just retired until the industry comes back.
Right.
You know?
And I'm just saying if you want to be creative, you want to be funny, I love doing stand up beyond anything. So I understand if you told me I only want to do stand. You said, Mike, you got to choose between writing scripts or acting or stand up. Fuck it. I'll just do stand up then. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do because that's what I love. Okay?
Oh,
so
100%.
Right now, people are being told that they can't do stand up and they're trying to do stand up. They say maybe that's all they really want to do is stand up. And they don't want to try to write anything out, or they don't want to try to do a different creative outlet, which is not – I'm not going to hate anybody for doing that. Didn't do that.
Oh, yeah. That's why I've been prefacing saying I'm not hating on anybody that does these things. I'm not – if you do it, I don't – and like I said, the guy that tried doing it, cool, man.
Right.
You're trying to do something. That's cool. I just –
Right.
I don't know. It just seems odd to me.
It does. And it just – especially the horn blowing. It just is not cool. I don't care.
Oh, yeah, right? Melinda says it right. Imagine all the cars on their phones. You would totally see that. Oh, forget about it. Forget about it, dude.
Imagine
people couldn't stay off their phones. I'd be in a
how do you wait on those cars?
What?
How do you even wait? It's like, the Ford Taurus. The gray Ford Taurus wants wings and mozzarella sticks.
Or whatever shitty video they're taking of you.
Yeah, you don't know what's going
bombing on the back of a U-Haul.
And that's another thing. That's what we came up with for the stage, a U-Haul?
I guess you got to be mobile.
Was it a U-Haul, covered U-Haul, or just like the bed?
Just the bed, like a pickup truck.
Like a trailer, but not the cabin part.
Right, yeah. So
yeah. Okay.
Just standing in the bed of a pickup truck. It looked cool. Like they sent out a promo video of what happened. Of like, it did look cool.
Listen, and it's cool, interesting if that was like, let's just say comedy was back and somebody's like, dude, I'm doing this crazy thing where I'm doing it in the field with cars. I might try it for the fucking fun of it. But if you tell me that's how I'm going to be doing comedy from this forward, I no longer do stand-up comedy.
That's how I feel. I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel. That's exactly. And it's like, I got to know I'm doing, that's why I don't want to do Zoom shows. Like, I don't want to go feel like I'm not doing well or have no gauge of whether these new jokes even work.
Right.
I feel like I can't work out material.
Right.
While someone's eating chips on their couch. I don't know. It's just such a weird.
And again, I'm not a snob. Do whatever you want.
No, it's not snobbing. That's the thing. People think, Melinda said a parade float. Yeah, that's cool. A mobile stage and you're just going down the street, but I don't know.
I would do a park. People scattered out in the park. You know what I'm saying? All there for the comedy, just scattered out in their little, their own little fucking, social distancing circles. I'm good with all of that.
Yeah, I remember sitting in my backyard one day. I'm like, if I let people through my back gate, I could probably get like 20 people back here.
Right.
6 feet apart. I can perform on my little back patio.
Right.
Be like, Venmo me $5-10.
Right.
And I'll do a show. I'll give you an hour. And then you walk out the gate. You can bring your own booze. Bring your own food. Just come right. I mean, that I think could be something people do over the summer.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
We've
Backyard
done outside
comedy shows.
I've done outside shows before. I mean, I've done theater, outside amphitheaters, you know what I'm saying? But is this light too much?
No. It's looking good. Maybe take down your... No, it looks good. It's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mikey, outside nature's at night. I just thought it was funny when I had that thought of like all the problems the comics would have on stage outdoors.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember.
What about bugs, dude? Bugs? Like you could bug zapper by the stage.
And then you're like, pat, pat, pat.
So I was hanging out with this girl. And she was telling me, "Do you like me?" Well,
we did that show out in the back of what's his name, Kevin's Garifo show. Remember on that little fucking?
Oh yeah, we've done outside shows at restaurants on patios.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that. I think is really what the summer could possibly bring. But you're not going to make bank. I'm thinking comics are going to have to do their own shows because I don't think the booker is going to want to risk advertising and paying headliner money because it ain't worth all the hassle.
Right.
So if you get like, say like me and you, we're like, we just make our own flyer, be like, Joe and Mike are going to be in Joe's backyard.
Yeah, it's $10 a show.
Next Saturday, $10 a pop.
Yep.
Max 30 people.
Right.
And bring your own.
We're doing our thing, make a little scratch, and you're doing your thing.
Lee said, if we do a park, would you? I would.
Right across. You ever been to Bridgeport's Stress Factory?
I did. I was there with you one time, like on a Thursday night or something.
Okay, so right across the street is a park. Usually a lot of homeless people, so there we already have an audience. But it's a park right across the street.
Homeless people are free.
Yeah, exactly. You got to prove you're homeless.
Hey, why? If you're gonna paper anybody to an outside show, it could be the homeless.
Right.
But I would even do that. I'm telling you, I really would. Or like my mother's got a decent sized backyard with a high enough porch and like a side entrance. Right. We could literally just have people come in.
Right.
Do a nice show, and I think
set it up looking nice. You get lights around the back. You set it up like a nice little backyard party. Some lights.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I don't see nothing wrong with us doing that in the summertime.
Right, and especially now where people might want to come out and at least they're like kind of hanging around their own neighbors. You know what I mean? Like social distancing, but around their own neighbors, kind of chilling. You know what I'm saying? 30, 40 people who kind of know each other.
Exactly. Listen, my mother's whole block does bingo. One lady at the corner yells out the bingo numbers, and everyone's on their front lawn with their bingo cards, and she has a PA, and they've been doing bingo like every week. It's great.
Right.
They have but the prizes are like roll of paper towels, toilet paper, COVID-19 prizes.
That's cute though.
That's cool. See, but like comedy with something like that, I think would work out.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just gotta, someone will screw it up, have too many people come. Make it like a house party. The cops will come.
16 comics on the show.
16 comics on the show. But we should think about that. Me and you, neighbor, backyard tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Summertime backyard tour. 2-man show.
Yeah, even call like you want us to come to your neighborhood, set your backyard up. Control your neighbors. Let your neighbors know you're gonna have a show in your backyard. $10 a pop.
Yeah. I got a little PA. Walk right in.
Yeah.
Pop, bing, bang, boom.
Yep. Only thing we require is don't fuck with us right now, because I don't need to be fucked with. Yeah, you don't need Angry Mike not making all the money I want to make in a backyard eating bugs on a Saturday in July when I'm sweating because it's humid out, and you're fucking heckling. Please don't talk. I don't want to hear you murmuring about you wish you were fucking on vacation with your aunt. Shut your mouth. Drink your Bud Lights. Let me do my jokes, and we'll move on out of your neighborhood.
Angela said if you'd air that on your podcast live, I'd pay for that. Do it live in your yard. Oh, we'll stream it live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what we could do is set up a Patreon, and whoever subscribes to the Patreon will only get the live feed.
There you go.
Boom, baby.
There you go.
We're like Shark Tank in this shit right here, man.
We are. And for those reasons, I'm out.
Well, and for those reasons, we're out. Man, I had that. I remember doing that Shark Tank joke. I had it, and I think I have a pretty good timestamp on it of how early I wrote that. But man, I saw so many people do it like after that, and then I saw some kid do it on TV, like a different version, but in the same light.
Yeah,
right. I knew it was coming because it's not like the greatest of thought process for a joke.
Right.
But
it is the way you set it up with, you love Shark Tank. That's how you want to get out of conversations.
Yeah, but I heard someone do almost the conversation, and that was when I was like, this is why posting memes with your jokes sucks, because you never know who can take it.
Yeah.
You can just rip it or just tweak it.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's it. Well, they see it and they go, oh, that's funny, and that's in their fucking brain, and then they say it out loud.
Well, know what I was thinking? Because a lot of times I'll post a funny thought on Facebook.
Melinda said Angry Mike. I love Angry.
Yes. We should just make an Angry Mike montage one time. We have to start taping all your shows.
I probably have a whole bunch on my recorder.
But what was I saying? I totally forgot.
I hope you don't ask me to remember.
We're talking about Shark Tank. Oh, no, I was saying, like, sometimes I'll just post, like, a funny thought I have that it may turn into a joke on Facebook, but I was like, I was thinking about doing something else with those as far as video. Like, when I have a thought for a Facebook post, I'll be like, I'm going to pull that back.
Right.
And I have, like, this other podcast video. No, I'm not going to do a podcast that you can download. It's going to be straight on my channel. On my
right.
But, like, something where I could, if I have enough thoughts in the week, I can go on and do, like, almost like a Bill Maher monologue.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to do, Mike at Midnights. Same thought. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I thought, because I had that In Shit web show that I was doing on YouTube for a while when I was just kind of showing my travels.
Right.
Then doing a little bit of monologue up front.
Yeah.
But then, people didn't want to, like, partake when I was on my travels. Like, a lot of comics just didn't want to be on. So it was, like, more of a problem. So I was like, I could just do the same thing where I could still start off with the little monologue like I was, and then just Skype somebody in for like 10, whatever. Like, make it a very short, like, half-hour show.
Right.
Like, not make it like this where we're just freewheeling.
Yeah.
But just to do something for the rest of 2020. Because I honestly, like, I'll do something like that on the weekends, I'm thinking, maybe. I'm trying to find something to do comedically.
Right.
Podcast-wise. I mean, I like what we do, too, but I'm saying an additional thing. But
the
moment stand-up comes back, be like, this show is canceled.
Well, that's what I was going to do every day. And I was like, maybe I should do it, like, on Friday nights. And then I was like, I want to research and talk about shit but I'm working all day long. I work all day. And time I get home and relax, it's like 9 o'clock at night. And I was thinking, am I going to now search the news and look for topics to talk about? Like, I don't feel like doing it.
Well, if you did it more like once a week, like I'm thinking like once a week, almost like John Oliver does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, only if you have something.
Right.
It's not like.
Well, I was going to go, if I do it once a week, it's easier probably if I do it once a week because I'll come home at night, spend 20 minutes, half hour just perusing the news outlets. pulling like stories out and going, oh, that's fucking dumb. Put that aside. Put that aside. Oh, that's aggravating. Put that aside. And then maybe at the end of the week, I'm going to talk about these three topics.
Right.
You know?
Hey, I remember last week we didn't get to that thing you sent me that I have the graphic for. Did you want to put that up?
Yeah, let's.
Do you want to set it up first, or do you want me just to put it up?
Okay. This is something I saw posted on one of like a group I'm in, from my old neighborhood. And I read it, and when you read this, just know that the guy who wrote it, it's not written ironically. It's exactly what he was writing this.
Jersey City, right?
Yeah, from my old neighborhood, Jersey City.
You want to see it?
Yeah, put it up.
Okay, we'll put it up. I don't know when you can see it.
So far, I don't see it. On the
it should be on the
broadcast. Actual. Okay. Once I see it, I'll let you know.
I want you to read it because it'll be better if you read it than if I.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much of a delay we're on.
Yeah, here it comes. All right. Here's what he wrote. Now, you guys can read it, but this is it. In 8th grade, PS 25, I had a teacher named Mr. Lombardi. Probably one of the best teachers I ever has, even though I was tripping my ass of in most of his classes. Was he really funny, or was it the drugs I was on? LOL. Now, his eyes never capitalized, so I hope Mr. Lombardi wasn't his English teacher because he failed big time. Mr. Lombardi had better been his shop teacher. That's the only explanation for this horrific, retarded post. He's shouting out a teacher that he loved the most in the worst grammar. The words aren't spelled right. Extra S's on things, and he never capitalized one I. Never once did he say I with a capital. It was lowercase I for everything. That's my neighborhood right there. You want to know Jersey City? There it is, right there.
The best teacher I ever has, even though.
Yeah, best teacher. No, yeah, best. But in 8th grade, P.S. I had a teacher names.
In 8th
names.
Grade, I had a teacher
in
names.
8th grade, I had a teacher names.
Lowercase Mister.
Lowercase Mister. Dot capital Lombardi. Probably one of the best teachers I ever has. Even though I was tripping my ass of.
Not off. I was tripping my ass of.
I was tripping my
what?
ass
We have
of.
no idea. Very secretive.
In.
He was tripping his ass of in.
Most of his classes. Was he really funny? Now, you never...
Just most of the classes.
But, was he really funny at the end of that? He's asking a question. Was he really funny? That he never asked. The question was never asked earlier in this fucking statement.
Was he really funny, or was it the drugs I was on? 8th grade, I had a teacher named Mr. Lombardi. Probably one of the best. Yeah, if he probably said probably one of the funniest teachers I ever has.
Then was he funny, or was I just high? That would make sense. But you asked a question on something you never even brought up. That's like saying I has a teacher, my favorite teachers, Mr. Johnson. Was he does he eat chips? What the fuck are you talking about? This is my neighborhood. This is why nobody in my neighborhood really made it up.
Was it really funny, or was it the drugs I was on? LOL. I think it's the drugs you're still on.
You're on.
Yeah, I think it's the drugs you're currently on.
The drugs I was on. Were on, and it's not. None of this is good.
And then he LOL'd himself. I don't know if he's really funny, but you're really funny, according to you.
I wish I knew Mr. Lombardi because I want to take that and show Mr. Lombardi what your influence.
I want to tag Mr. Lombardi in this so bad. Can we investigate Mr.
See if he's alive?
Lombardi?
This was a long time ago. PS 25 is 8th grade.
Or could we send it? Mr. Lombardi's got to get family and be like, look at this Look at how your father touched these children. I just want to show. Like,
that is hilarious.
Be like, you thought your dad. You don't know how your dad helped people. Especially the kids that were on drugs most of the day.
Because some of the kids were tripping their ass off.
Yeah. You know how hard you gotta be tripping to be tripping your ass of something? That is like, that's a lot of ass. Well, you tripping your ass off? Dude, I was tripping my ass of. What does that mean?
Dude.
That's how much I was tripping. We can't even explain it. I was tripping of.
Dude. Totally, I went of.
Yeah.
Bro, I went totally of.
And Mr. Lombardi came to me.
I believe that another funny part is that he's saying this all in the past tense, as if he's not currently on drugs as he's posting them.
Yeah, or he needs drugs if he's not currently. But you got to go back on drugs. You got to maybe push through your dumbness with some more drugs, and maybe you can get back to capitalizing, Mister.
Yeah.
Capitalizing your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he like. What did he type this on that doesn't even give him any sort of help?
It normally would go capitalized. You know what I mean? It normally would have been I would have capitalized automatically. No, I guess on a computer it doesn't.
Yeah.
He was doing it on a computer. We have to have shift.
My phone changes everything I tried to say. It's fucking annoying. I got to shut that off.
He did it on a computer because he shifted, but he shifted for Mr. But he didn't shift for Mr. But he shifted for the L for Lombardi. And then the one probably when he starts a new sentence.
And was.
Good job, buddy.
Oh, so Mr. Lombardi, if he was an English teacher.
Got him to capitalize the first letter.
The first letter. That was the day he wasn't tripping. Then when he learned about.
Had and has, he was fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, he was tripping a lot on the day he learned the letter I. You capitalize it every time.
What was that in? Was it School of Rock when he's? What was that? He's like, he's like, I just wanted to ask you. I think it was School of Rock where Jack Black's like, is it like sometimes why? Is it when is that? Like he was like when he sat down with the teacher, he was sucking her into coming to lunch. He's like, I just wanted to, and just like, is it sometimes wise? When is that? It's like
Angela quoting Brian Regan, hooked on phonics, working for me. For me. That's sad. So this guy was your age?
He's my age.
Yeah.
We hung in the same park, Persian Field.
Dude, was it last podcast I told you about that troll that fucking was calling me a joke thief and shitting on me? So I blocked him. So he goes onto another social media page and asks me why I blocked him. I'm like, you're a psychopath. He goes, why'd you block me, you pussy ass? I'm like, first off, well, if you want to know why I block you, when you call me pussy ass, that's probably a good starting point. If you want to investigate why someone would block you. I don't prefer people call me that in private messages. And then he started sending, he goes, these are real comedians. And he posted a video of Andrew Dice Clay, of Sebastian Maniscalco, of Jerry Seinfeld. I'm like, okay, I can't argue that. They are real comedians. I don't know what you're trying to say. And then he goes, your video, you say it was a TikTok? That's a lie. So I went and I sent him 9 videos from TikTok of that same thing. And then I said, so how about instead of calling me a pussy, you talk to me like a man?
And he never
and I go, I don't appreciate people accusing me of shit. I go, why don't you be a real man and talk to me like a man instead of saying, and then he just read it and never responded. I go, no response. Then I blocked him on there. I'm waiting for him to show up on some other social media platform. Like, hey, why are you blocking me? What kind of a psycho? I don't even know this guy. I go, mutual friends, one, a girl who I don't even know in comedy.
Really?
So it's like, I'm like, the level of insanity to curse somebody out, they block you to go to another platform.
Right.
To send them a private message. Why did you block me?
You pussy.
You pussy. Oh, because it was one of those nights I couldn't sleep, so I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking go back and forth with you now.
Yeah.
Come to the second platform, I'll go back. I don't know. I mean, this guy just seems like, but like, I wanted to like see like what his story was. So
right.
Go to the story. Like, what is this psycho like this post? It was like, like porn in like his story, like
really?
Pornhub. I'm like, what?
Ugh.
What? Like, people do that?
Is he from Jersey?
He's from like Georgia somewhere.
No.
I don't even know how he came into my thing.
Right.
The last time I performed in Georgia was he's not a recovery.
Yeah.
He did the recovery thing.
No, he's not.
He's not mutual friends with anybody I know.
Right. Well, like, you can't see my mutual friend, so we might have a mutual friend. I hide all friends with like mutuals this way. I don't like, because Frankie, my boy,
right, but
I
if somebody
love
goes to your profile and sees they can't see your mutual friends. But if I go to his profile, I can see his mutual friends with me.
No, I block you being able to see friends. I'm friends with anybody.
Right. If I go to your profile,
I think if you go to anybody's profile, you won't see me as a friend.
Well, I don't want to put his dumb name out here, but I'll ask you if you know him after this. What a douche that guy. Exactly. What a douche. Like, I wouldn't. I'm telling you honestly, I would not mind haters, or not so much haters, but critics online if you were critiquing the podcast or a piece of my stand up. If you did it, if you did it nicely, like, this is what I find, or like a video I make,
right.
But to go private, first off to publicly, then when I block you, private message me and attack me,
right?
I don't know what type of psychopath that is. It's crazy.
I don't like a lot of people actually interacting with me at all on social media, so I'm not taking kind like anybody shitting or criticizing me. I'd probably just delete you immediately because I don't need it.
That's what I did. I blocked immediately. I didn't go back and forth with him. Well, first I did. I go, because he goes, like the stealing from TikTok. I go, no, that's how TikTok works. I go get your shine box.
Right.
And I tried being funny with it, because one time a dude said something to me, and I told him to go get his shine box, and he thought that was funny, and it kind of like made it a playful thing.
Yeah, right.
But so I was hoping that this guy would smarten up, but no.
Right.
I just picture him being lonely in Georgia.
Right.
With his Pornhub stories. That's right there. What type of psychopath? Okay, everybody watches porn.
I don't know.
But to screenshot porn and put it as your story. No. So that means you want everyone to follow you, know what you're watching.
No.
Not even like, all right, okay, say you're a part of some weird group of friends that I'm going to send this video to you. This is what I'm watching now, privately.
Yeah. I don't want that either, but yeah, I get it.
I don't want that either. But there is one of my dad's friends who, since quarantine, has found Facebook. I guess there's nothing to do.
Right.
And proceeds to send me not hardcore porn, but
I get it.
But like, I leave I don't have my computer's up all the time.
Right.
It's like I'll come in my office and there's like these private messages that are just very inappropriate.
Yeah, I got a couple people. I don't know where we don't even have that kind of friendship. I don't even know you. Why are you sending me this? What made you think that I wanted to see a blowjob scene? I don't understand what happened. When did we ever exchange that? That I want to, man, I just love blowjob scenes. Please send me them.
It is so weird. Like, you could see it, because sometimes if it's going to start off, like, you think something's going to happen, then it's some sort of joke.
Yeah.
But then when it's really the porn, you're like, oh, you sent me actual pornography?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who it is. Probably somebody from the old neighborhood. I just every time he send me videos, it'd be like of a girl getting banged in the ass, and like somebody blowing something. I'm like, is this a picture of you doing? I don't want to see anything. Why am I getting this? So then I just stopped. I don't open. If you send anything that's got an attachment, unless you're my boy and you're like, hey, check this out, dude. I just saw this, and then I'll open up a video. It better not be porn. I don't want to see your porn, but I don't open any message I see has an attachment on Facebook. I delete it. I don't even open it.
Yeah, I give this guy a break because he's old, he's retired, he's stuck at home with COVID. He just got on the internet.
Right.
It's probably like, can you believe this is here? Like, so he's probably,
I don't know if you're able to find these, but
did you know it's out there, Joe? But it's so funny. Like, I'll just get a notification that he sent me a message, and I'm like, here we go. There's not one like, hey, how you been? Hey, how you doing? Ain't nothing like that going on. Like clockwork.
Yeah.
Daily. It's like I have some friends that send me religious things daily. Like, here's a passage from the Bible.
Yeah.
I give them a thumb up. Thank you. I appreciate you sending me. This guy's like,
right.
In case you was bored in quarantine, I know you want something like this.
Here you go. Here's some titties that came out of this shirt.
I don't know how you're getting true, but this is how I'm getting true. Figured I just saw the movie Pay It Forward, so I'm acquiescing to that lifestyle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so one guy was sending me like a lot of like titty shots, and I'm like, I just don't understand. I don't know you. I don't even know you. And
not knowing is
But like then there's guys that I haven't known for 25 years. I don't know you. I don't know you. I barely knew you when I knew you.
I barely knew you when I knew you. And now that I don't know you, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Sound like you were Mr. Lombardi's class right there.
I'm just saying.
Got to turn down your brightness. You look like you're on the sun.
Well, I was leaning up into that light.
Oh, are you cold?
I was just leaning closer.
Oh, you looked like you were shivering by campfire.
No.
You're all glowing orange and you're rocketing forward.
No. Maybe exposure's a little much?
Yeah, exposure's... there we go.
Good, right?
There, that's Mikey Campfire right there.
There we go. Yeah, I don't understand. I wouldn't even send you a naked girl, I don't think.
No. I mean, there's a couple suicide girls here and there.
That's a different story.
It's so sporadic.
It's so sporadic.
And those are classy.
Absolutely.
Classy.
And it's usually because I like one of their tattoos. You can't really see
I know. Me and big tattoo aficionados. And so we like a little milky white skin.
What's the big deal?
I mean, come on. There's blood coursing through our veins. We're men. We can do. But the hardcore shit, that's kind of
personal. Keep it to yourself.
Well, it's just unnecessary. Like, what are we, 12? I can see if you're 12 and you're like, oh my God. But it's like we're grown men.
12-year-old porn. Do you remember, like...
Oh, I don't like that. It's the start of that sentence.
No, I'm so sorry.
Yuckaroo.
No. Speaking of porn, when you were 12
Wait, I got to give you one of these.
Speaking of porn, when you were 12, when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Remember how, I mean, I don't know about in your neighborhood, but like you would find like that ripped, like Playboy magazine or some hustler and you would just find like a half a sheet in the curb.
Yeah, under a bucket in the woods when you're riding your bike.
And you're like, oh, it was like the best find in Jersey City. We just like walk down the street and find like a half a page,
Oh, yeah.
A boob, and you're like, fucking, treat yourself nice for a couple of days with that image.
Yeah. Yeah, but you didn't go to your friend's house be like, hello, Miss Gaffney, I'm here. Give this to Mikey. I found this. I thought he'd like it. What?
We've been liking titties lately. We don't know where it came from. We were liking baseball, but now we like titties. So get that to Mikey. He'll take Thurman Munson's picture down and put the titty picture up.
Miss Gaffney, I don't know if you noticed, but we're changing. In ways that we're a little confused about. And I just want to let you know, you may be finding some things in the mail from me, but so can you come out? Come out and play.
There was this older broad in my neighborhood. She was like, older, fucking older. Like probably when I was, I'm talking when I was 15 years old, 14 years old. She had to be in her late 30s, early 40s. Mm-hmm. And she would wear see-through shirt, like a see-through fucking sheer, like almost like a sheer white curtain.
And where'd you see her at?
She would walk through the street, like just walk by. She would walk past our house. She would whenever the boys were out playing baseball, we're playing in the schoolyard. She would walk by with this see-through shirt and just beautiful big boobs, and see right through it. And she would just walk through, and then she'd go back to her apartment. She lived in the condos, like up the block, and she would just walk by us, just enough to give us a little. Here you go, boys.
That's nice.
She was nice.
That's good broad right there.
You don't find broads like that anymore.
This game stops like.
We would see her coming, bro. We would see her coming a mile away. We see her, we're like, fuck, here she comes, man. We had no idea what she even sounded like. She never spoke to us. She was hot, and she would walk by with a see-through shirt on almost like 2-3 times a week. We would see her.
You don't see that no more.
You don't get enough of that.
You don't see that type of nice neighborhood.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's
community.
That brings happiness to the neighborhood. That's community. That's what I'm saying.
That's community. That's a village. That takes a village. All right.
You know what I mean? Like that's a service to the children there.
Yep.
Melinda said, my father had Playboy centerfolds on the entire ceiling of his home office from the late 60s to the early 70s. Your dad is awesome. That is
I wish you didn't know about that, but that's cool.
But see, that's like those guys, like my dad, going to his house on the weekends, it was just him and his roommates. Like, they just had shit laying around.
Yeah.
And it was just like, as an adult now, like, I find that to be mortifying if I had things like that just kind of strung around here at the house. Like, my dad's would be like Outdoor Life, Field and Stream, Cherry.
Yeah. Oh, my God,
like,
Cherry. Oh, my God.
It was like... And then you'd put the cherry inside the Field and Stream.
Absolutely.
You sit on his recliner and be like, what are you reading? About the newest.
Wow.
These fishing lures are making me feel funny.
He's really, really into trout.
Yeah. Hey,
Joey's got a thing for trout because every time
I need some of these new worms.
Every time he reads Field and Dreams, his pants get shorter.
Yeah. What are you reading? About trout. I got to go to the bathroom. Can I go read Field and Stream in the bathroom for a while?
Don't touch that towel. There was a guy that lived right next door to us, and he worked in the Hudson County News distribution. So the way it worked back in the day, this is 70s, 80s, there was magazines. They would, drop packages of magazines off the stores. They sold for a month, and whatever didn't get sold, they would rip the covers and send back to Hudson County News, would pick them up and give them credit on what didn't get sold.
Right.
So this guy next door, he was worked in a warehouse, and he would take all the returned. He would just bring magazines home, and it wasn't just Playboys and Hustlers and Cherry. It was like magazines that are like a movie scene, like 3 movie scenes in the magazine.
Really?
So it was just pages of a movie scene.
Oh.
It's like each magazine was like you would see the girl, like it's like almost like a movie, but it was in the magazine. It was like the layout from the movie. So it was hardcore porn in the mag. So he would just give us, he'd go, Mike, he didn't speak English. He'd go, Maggie. And I'd come out and he'd be like, here. And he would give me like a bag, like every month of like 20 magazines, hardcore porn, Playboys, all of them, everything. And then me and my buddies would divvy them up.
Jeez.
And so I had.
And who was this guy?
Was a next door neighbor.
Wow.
He worked at a warehouse in Union City. When he was finished, he would every
Kind
month
of
he would give
weird
us-
though, right? That he's giving those to the neighborhood boys.
He would just give them to us, like me, and
I
I
know,
would
but I'm
divvy them
just
out.
saying, maybe he was.
He didn't want to see me read
Think
them.
he was a little bit of a
I don't know. He had kids.
pedophile.
He had kids.
He
I don't
had
know.
kids.
Yeah.
Pedophiles have kids.
I'm not saying I don't know what he was. What am I, CSI? He gave me the fucking thing and I move on.
I know.
I was a kid, man. I didn't give a fuck what he did to me. He didn't touch me. He just gave me the magazines and walked away. It wasn't like he was like.
Oh, I was saying, did you ever like have those like back then we didn't know about that shit, so like when you go back on memories, you're like, yeah, that guy was a fucking creepo.
Yeah, remember I tell you the guy who touched me.
Yeah.
I've been touched before. You know, by a Boy Scout leader or like a troop guy. You know, he grabbed everybody. I didn't even know it until I talked to my boy. Like 10 years ago, we were at a reunion. I was like, "Hey, quick question. Do you remember Mike?" And he's like, before I could even finish, he'd be like, "He would touch you in the front seat." I'm like, "Yeah, you too." Everyone, I guess everyone knew.
He touched your tagalongs. He touched my tagalongs.
Boy Scouts, not Girl Scouts.
I know, but you still had to use the reference.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, Boy Scouts don't sell shit, right? Popcorn, right?
I don't know, man. Was just went so we can go roller skating.
Yeah, I got kicked out of Boy Scouts after 2 weeks for smoking.
I went for 2 weeks too because we were going on a field trip like the next day, and I joined, and I was like, I want to go on the roller skating field trip, so I joined. I never put the uniform on, so I was gay. And then they did like a badge for like tying a knot, and I couldn't even tie a knot, but I got the badge because they felt sorry for me. And I quit.
Yeah. Mike showed his shoe. He was like, "Hey, here's a knot. Give me my
I
badge."
did that. When are we going on a field trip again?
Yeah.
So he would give us these. I remember. So in my room, my father had, like that particle board. Like particle board, like paneling, but it's particle board.
Yeah,
so it's not meant to be a finished product. You're supposed to. That's a subfloor. Particle board is a subfloor.
Yeah.
Of like all. So my father used it as a fucking wall, like walls, in my room. Okay. So it was just my room growing up was particle board. Okay. That was my whole room, and one section he didn't put up, like there was like a light box behind it, and he didn't put half it up, so all my magazines were back there.
Oh, okay.
That's why I kept them in that hole. And yeah, I spent much time in the bathroom. I would put like the magazine. I would put the magazine in my pants, like under my shirt, and walk all stiff to the bathroom. And I would be in there for way too long. You know what I mean? They were so good, those magazines. And me and my buddies would, right across where I grew up in the public school, there was like this hill that went downstairs to the shipping hill, like a ramp, a huge ramp that went to the bottom of the school. And that's where also Prevo kids went, which are kids like, special needs kids, not special needs like that, like learning disability kids. Yeah, like bad kids, Prevo kids. They went down that hill. We called it Prevo Hill. So we would go down there, smoke our cigarettes, and look at magazines. And there was like a water drain pipe that came out of the fucking wall right there. So we'd wrap my cigarettes in plastic and shit in porno magazines, and just shove them in there. That's where we stored them. So we would come, little hangout, smoke cigarettes, and look porno magazines.
Ah, those were the days.
Those were the days, man.
Those were the days, man, because it was rare.
Yep.
You had cigarettes. But even think, like, it's so weird to think, like, you think back, you're like, I used to sit with my friends, smoke cigarettes, and look at porn.
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
Like what was it? Somebody was talking about, I was listening to either a radio show or a podcast, or talking about, like what was the most famous, like, celebrity sex tape, and they were like Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee. Because, like, they were saying even back then it was like most people that saw it, you're like, yo, my friends got it. We're all going to go watch it together.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. It was different times, man. You wouldn't do that now. I mean, like, kids get porn directly to their phone. They don't need to sit down with their friends and go through They gotta sit together and look at their phones together.
No, I remember, man. My friend Steve called me. He's like, dude, I found this in my dad's room. Come out, it's Eye of the Tigress. And we're just
Nice.
Yeah, and we sat there with his mother made like brownies the day before. We were sitting there eating brownies, watching Eye of the Tigress. We're like, this is amazing.
My buddies, this is bad. I'm not going to mention them, but so his father had porn tapes and like magazines in the bottom drawer of his dresser. So they had the bottom drawer of the dresser. That drawer he put a lock on. His father put a lock on because his father's smart. You don't want us going in that drawer, taking out the porn. But it was the bottom drawer of the dresser he locked. So there's a drawer above it. You just take it out.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom drawer.
Oh, my God.
So we would take out the drawer, and there was a porn. So we were going through magazines, and there was a tape, and there were, in the fucking drawer was this, I mean, huge double dildo, right?
Oh, in the drawer?
In the drawer with his mother and father's
Wow,
drawer.
a double one.
Huge double dildo and a fucking huge black dick. Huge, right?
Yeah.
In that drawer. So we're looking through magazines, and in the magazine is a fucking Polaroid of his mom with the big black one in her.
I saw that shit, too, at a friend's house.
And I was like, dude, your mom. And then his father, a picture of his father, who, dude, his rod, I don't even understand how big it could be that big. I don't even know how dicks work like that. But his shit went from his crotch, swear to God, he had a picture like he's standing all studly. It went up to the center of his chest.
Yeah, baby arm holding a plum.
It was insane. But they were in the magazines, and I felt so bad. He put that drawer back. Maybe it was his father's way of going, you want to get into the drawer. Oh, is that what you want to do? Well, here's a picture of me and your mom. Boom. Come back again, you fucknut. I don't think we ever went near that fucking cabinet again.
I had such a similar experience. That must be like I bet a lot of people have had that, because I remember my friend saying, dude, look what I found in my mom's room. And he busted out a big dildo.
Right.
Then we just started looking for shit, and then we found a picture of her with the dildo, with the Polaroid. And, man, I could never look at her the same, man. She's like, hi, Joey. I'm just like looking up to the left, like, hey, how's it going? Nothing's good. I'm not. Yeah, it's feeling weird down here, right? All right. I don't know. I'm gonna go home. What? Bye.
I could, because she wasn't attractive at all. Like, I wasn't nowhere near attractive, and she made really good empanadas, so I kind of got pissed.
Yeah, no, but it was just the fact of seeing her like that just made me uncomfortable in her presence.
No, I get it. I think I forgot about it quick.
Yeah.
I put it out of my mind with like that and the guy grabbing my dick from Boy Scout. I put those two things out of my mind.
I used to find things that might, like, you find a dildo and you're like, you know what it's for. But like, I used to find things at my dad's house. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, to this day, I couldn't even describe one of them. I just remember like finding this bucket of shit like around porno magazines as a kid, where I'm like, what do you even do with this? Like, you knew it was for that, but you're like, it's not even obvious how we're using this thing.
Right. That's a young kid finding shit.
I know. I wish I could like know what those things were.
Right.
You know, because I was little, like Underoos little.
Yeah. That's a great age range. Underoos little.
Yeah. Whatever age that is. 14.
We were like 13, 14 when we saw his mom. So we were old enough to know what the hell was happening. I didn't find anything when I was that young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There was no sexual stuff around my neighborhood.
No, I was young when we did with the Polaroid and stuff. Because he was the friend. Like, you had, like, I was growing up kind of normal, but he was that friend that was like, you always had that friend that's like way older than you, even though he's your same age. Like, like he's been smoking pot since like the 3rd grade. You know, like in 4th grade, he's like, you like Mai Tais? You like kamikazes? Right. You're like, what?
You want a Tom Collins?
Yeah.
Collins.
Yeah. Like,
grandfather?
He's mixing drinks, and I'm like, are we gonna play Super Mario's?
One more Harvey Wallbanger coming up.
One more Harvey Wallbanger.
What does Leanne say?
I'm going to put it on the thing. It says, when my mom left my dad, he painted his room blood red and put naked, pregnant pictures of my mom everywhere. I wish I had just found porno. Wow. Wow, Leanne. I got to say,
yeah.
That's
You win.
You win. Leanne wins Wednesday's podcast. We can't.
I was
top
molested,
that.
but you got it. You win.
Yeah. Paint his room blood red and naked, pregnant pictures of my mom.
That is
That's
extreme.
a guy. I mean,
that's a guy I wanted to
she
get
left
back.
him.
Yeah.
Like he's torturing himself.
Wow.
I don't know. Your dad's probably fun guy. I think I got to meet that guy. I got to meet Leanne's fada. But anyway, it was a good cast, man.
Yeah, man. Fun times.
Good cast. Thanks, everyone in the chat, man. We got like 50 teary-eyed emojis, laughing emojis.
That's a good emoji.
That's a good one, man. That's good. People, please subscribe to our audio podcast on whatever podcasting platform. We can use those numbers to go up, but we appreciate you watching on Facebook and joining the chat. We'll be back Sunday with our normal night. Go subscribe to Mike's social media. Mike's on TikTok now as well as me. Oh, he died. I'm sorry, Leanne. her dad died.
So then we can't hang out with him.
Can't hang out with him, but Leanne, feel free to bring us more dad stories in future podcasts.
Yes, please.
We'll talk about it. But yeah, go follow us on all social media. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You've been listening to All in Our Heads.